Hey everybody, welcome to Board Game Breakfast. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia, hello.
I'm Sam Healy, good morning and welcome.
Hey, it's live Board Game Breakfast. So, things are popping. We are doing it later. Snap, crackle.
Pop.
All right. Later today, we're doing our top 10 abstract games. So, come back for that. And on Tuesday of this coming week, registration's going live for Dice Tower East. So, be prepared. Said in Jeremy Irons' voice. Be prepared.
What's that from?
The Lion King?
Oh, okay.
You've been under a rock for the last 10 years?
No, they changed it now. He's on the new movie, different actor,
sorry.
different song.
Irons who?
One of the
No,
best
the
actors in the world?
new voice is not nearly as good.
Really?
Anyhow, welcome to the show. I guess we'll just jump right into it. Let's go with the board game news. Two weeks from today. Does that start 2 weeks from today? No, 3 weeks. Okay.
Come on.
Okay, so the news is starting to come in. Companies are starting to announce stuff. Hey, it's going to be at Essen. But first of all, we have something, I guess, not unexpected. Minecraft Builders and Biomes. This is from Ravensburger.
Okay.
I don't recognize the name of the designer, Ulrich Bloom.
Me neither.
Minecraft is a game that, I don't think I've ever played Minecraft. Have you guys?
No. Have you?
Really? With all the kids in your house, you've never played Minecraft?
No, they played it. I haven't. I've
seen
seen
it.
them
He
play
said
it.
this
I'm
is-
not saying I
Just
just.
sit down and play with them? It could be a multiplayer game.
Ugh.
No.
Play with children?
No, I get the concept of it. They play together. I just haven't been invited.
Aww.
All right.
Anyhow,
You just show up and you're like, you call that a castle? Get out of the way.
you mine rare cubes, fight dangerous mobs. I still think it's weird that monsters are now called mobs, but I know that's been a thing for a long time.
Why?
It's
There's
from
a
World
lot
of
of them.
Warcraft, I think. They started calling them. It stands for. What does mob stand for? Well, I'm sure it will show up here in a second.
So old. You are so...
Monster
Anyhow.
on board.
Anyhow, and build fabulous structures. On your turn, you'll explore the overworld, collect weapons, and build structures out of resources mined from a block of 64 cubes. So it comes with 64 wooden cubes that form a mining block.
Okay.
And that looks interesting. And I don't know. It looks better than the box would have led me to believe.
Well, it's kind of what Minecraft looks like, right? I mean, what else are they going to do with the box?
Yeah, but if I saw it on the shelf, I'd be like, cash in.
Yes.
But the game itself does not.
Looks better than that, you mean?
It does,
Yeah,
yes.
I agree with that. This looks all right.
So, all right.
Got to play Minecraft.
The next announcement is the weirdest announcement of the week, I think. There's a new game coming out on a scale of 1 to T-Rex. Have you heard of this? Mm-hmm. It's from the folks who make Exploding Kittens. But it's designed by Wolfgang Warsch, the guy who designed Quacks of Quedlinburg and The Mind.
Yes.
How those two got together, it's like this weird,
I want it to be
weird
a bad
mashup.
Yeah. Well, he has. Warsh has been doing some party games lately, so I don't know. Dude's all over.
So this game, you are going to perform a ridiculous action. So direct traffic, ride a bull, tell your mom about your day, whatever it is. But you're going to get an intensity card from 1 to 10, and that's how intensely you need to act out the action. And then you are apparently trying to match other people or find the person who's at the same level of intensity as you are. It says you don't need to be a good actor, you just need to be an intense one.
Huh.
You're an acting coach. What does that even mean?
Nothing.
It's
No, that is
Why is tell your mom about your day a ridiculous action?
because
don't talk to her.
well, from
So
never
Tom,
mind. I was about to go super dark.
okay,
there.
so let's see.
But
Which one is there? Pick one there. What is there? Let me see.
Discover
okay,
your
eat an
fingers.
invisible sandwich, right?
All right, hang on. Wait.
And then
What's my level? Oh, okay.
And then Sam's going to guess what number I gave you.
10.
That's close. He gave me 8.
Here's
If it
the
had been
problem
one, I'd
with this
been like-
game, right? Here's the problem with this game, which is the same problem with an acting class. There's 1, 5, and 10. There is no gradient between 6 and 7. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
There's it's impossible. You have to be doing it for so long. I have to see you perform the other number intensities for me to tell if you went up or down. You know what I mean? It's kind of a weird thing. Maybe, I don't know. I guess you do these things until you notice someone else is about the same level as you, and you're like, I think it's you and me. That must be it.
Here's the thing. I'm not seeing the Wolfgang Warsch part of this. This sounds like the Exploding Kittens people made a new
He
game.
does do that whole number matchy thing, though.
Oh, it's the mind again, right?
I hope it's kind of like the mind without talking, and you have to start doing your action with nobody else starting theirs. And if you start at the same time, you lose a bunny or something. I don't know how the mind works.
And then use a ninja. All right. Root is coming out with a role-playing game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's kind of interesting. I think the universe there.
That's
Is-
I could have predicted that, I think.
Really? Did you?
No.
Shut up, Dad.
No, I just feel like I could have. That's a natural progression for that game.
I could see it. I haven't played it, but it looks like a
I haven't either.
well
but
thought out world populated by very specific,
It's
groups
very
of characters.
Redwall-ish,
Right.
or what's the old
Watership
one?
Down.
Watership Down. Watership
Bam.
Downish.
Some of us
Yes.
can read too. Thanks.
I didn't say you couldn't read. I was asking you for help.
I
saw it on the shelf
read it.
last
I mean, I
night.
haven't
Yeah,
read it. I
exactly.
just looked at the cover. Was like, oh, look at the cute bunnies.
Anyhow, well, this one though has the factions and stuff.
No pictures.
Now you can step into the world of Root and play as one of the woodland creatures there. You can play any woodland creature as a vagabond. People have been cast out of civilized society. So you venture through the woodland world, fulfilling jobs and tipping the scales in the conflict between the factions.
Okay, I like it.
That's not bad. I mean,
yeah.
it's
That's neat. I like that.
all right. The Juego del Año Awards. Oh, this is from Spain. Whoops. Okay. Anyhow, Dice Tower Digest may say something else. Anyhow, games published in Spain between the September of the previous year and August of the current year are
Okay.
eligible. So the winner is Cryptid.
Recomendado.
Cryptid was the winning game.
Nice. That's a good pick. I like Cryptid.
Mansions of Madness has an escape room experience now at Escape Games Canada. It's called The Missing Will. So from what I can tell about this is officially sanctioned by Fantasy Flight Games. You go through this escape room. Your goal is not necessarily to escape, but to get the highest score.
Okay.
And instead of asking for a hint from the person in the ceiling, which, did we ever do that in ours?
yeah.
It's for suckers. We don't do that.
Yeah. Sure. You get hints.
No, but like in a Revolutionary War one, we didn't.
We didn't
got
ask.
hints.
We didn't ask for them though.
No, I think we got some though.
I don't think we got any in that game.
All
I
right,
think we
we
whooped
never
that
got
game.
any. Yeah. No, you're right. We were great.
No, in
Anyway,
that, anyhow, in this one, I think it sounds like from me reading the page that you have like an app that will give you hints instead.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, if they're tying this to Mansions of Madness, there better be more than just the loosest of connections.
It says you don't need to know the board game to play this game at all. You can just go in and play it, and then you just have a scoring system.
I think we should go and check it out.
Okay, so I said I wasn't going to go
Where
to
is it?
Toronto this year.
Oh, Toronto.
When we go up to Gathering of Friends, but this could tilt me in that direction.
Really?
Did they have I saw something on Facebook the other day where they had a building that on the outside had a Mansions of Madness thing built onto it.
Maybe this is the same thing, yeah. I saw the picture of it. It definitely, it might be on the room.
Okay, yeah, maybe it was the room, not
Because
the
when I went to
outside.
the website, it looks like they have 6 escape rooms there.
Oh, wow.
So,
Man.
No.
Here's the problem about doing this during the gathering. Everybody wants to do this at the gathering, probably, so they're going to be booked.
Yeah,
you still got to go to
that's true.
Toronto.
But that's Toronto, though. That's like a 2-hour drive.
Yeah, but I could see folks going out there to check it out. During that time, there's a higher concentration of, let's call them, nerddom initiates.
All right, speaking of nerddom, not really. There's a new game coming from Reiner Knizia
Heard of him?
called Tajuto, I think is how you pronounce
Sounds
it.
gonna correct you momentarily. How do you say it? Sam?
I don't have no idea. Tajuto?
This is from Super Meeple, actually.
Tajuto.
Um,
Tajuto sounds.
and it is about building pagodas floor by floor. Here's the thing, it just feels like I've seen this before, but I don't know.
Sure, it looks nice.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
The
I was like,
pieces
wow.
do connect. And
Oh,
sort
Super
of
Meeple
stack
always
up.
makes their reprints of Tikal and Mexico are just fantastic. You are trying to build 4 pagodas. When you make the 4th one, you win, and then the person with the game ends. The person with the most spirituality points is declared the great guardian of the sacred garden of the 8 pagodas.
Woof.
I want that title.
And then you got it.
Jeez.
I will do that. When you
Come on.
talk to me,
Put that on my
hey
name
Tom,
tag.
no, it's great guardian of the sacred garden of the 8 pagodas.
Yes.
I'm not gonna be speaking
Get
to
it
you very
right.
often. I gotta go in with cue cards. Whew. It looks nice, but who knows at this point? Reiner Knizia, I don't know what he's even doing these days. Like, what kind of game is he making now?
It seems
I really
like
recently I really did like the racing game, El Dorado game. This looks like a slightly bigger game than the usual thing he's been doing lately, but coming off of Llama was one of his newest games. Who knows? I hope it's good.
yeah, but the other thing about this is that Super Meeple traditionally has done reprints
That's
of games.
true. That's true.
And he has been reprinting a lot of his games to the point where when Reiner Knizia comes out with a game these days, I'd say 50% of the time I feel like it's a reprint.
Well,
of
we
another
always
game.
ask, right? I mean, whenever they announce a new game from him, we ask, okay, what's that a reprint of? Many times, you can find that. I think this is original.
Okay, well, I hope so.
So,
A new game from Tasty Minstrel called Solar Draft, a strategic card drafting game from Zach Moore. This is coming out in December.
cute.
You are a solar architect making a new solar system, and you're just drafting, playing, and terraforming. It looks like another drafting game, but then you put them down in a tableau in front of you to get points in various ways, I'm sure.
All right. Is there
And
any
apparently all the
sushi in this?
planets
No
have
sushi in this?
faces.
What?
They all have faces. Let me look at them.
Oh, all the planets have faces. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cute.
90 card deck, 45 civilization cards, 5 double-sided player mats. This is a small game. $20.
All right.
Games Workshop and Marvel are teaming up to make Warhammer comics.
Yes.
You getting your Peter tingle?
My what?
Peter tingle. You didn't see Far From Home?
Oh, that. Okay, thank you.
What else could it possibly be?
Anyway, they're
We'll
making
talk
comics.
later.
When I first saw this, I thought
So we'll have an English class later.
that they were going to make a game to compete with Fantasy Fight's Marvel Magic.
Jam.
That would be great, actually. What is it?
They're making Warhammer comics.
Comics. Yeah. Interesting.
Oh, so it's working the other. No, got it. Okay.
Yes.
It's Marvel putting out something inspired by Games Workshop, not the other way around.
For all we know, the gentleman that we talked to in Iceland may be writing some of these comics.
Sure,
He
maybe.
may have told us that and we forgot.
We
He
talked
did
about
talk a lot
something
about
else.
Warhammer for a
Yeah,
while.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Anyhow, all right. There's a new company, or a company I haven't heard of before, called Together Studios, making a game called Adventure Zone Bureau of Balance. This is a board game which is tied to the Red Hot Adventure Zone podcast, in which the McElroy family play Dungeons and Dragons. It's a cooperative storytelling card game.
I am really like that. That sounded like a very in-crowd thing. I have no idea what a lot of that was.
You are matching wits with gerblins and outfoxing villains at exotic locations. That might have been spelled wrong. Maybe it's not.
Goblins.
Gerblins sound. It's not.
It's not spelled wrong.
Sounds like the redneck. There's some gerblins. Let's go get them.
Okay.
Isn't that what that sounds like?
Sure.
Pretty much it. Yeah.
Alrighty. In shocking news, Wingspan has an expansion.
What?
The European expansion, the first of 7.
Can we
That's
get
actually
it in
not
the US,
official.
though?
That's not official. I'm just making that up. But I would not be surprised if we see South American, African, Australian, Asian, and Asian Part 2.
Arctic.
Well, what's that going to be? Like 3 penguins and then they're done?
Yeah. It's a promo expansion.
Anyhow,
2 cards.
this says birds. Actually, we have a copy here, but it's, as far as I can tell, it adds, well, you can see the picture here of what it adds. Adds more birds, purple eggs, more food. It looks like you can play another player now. And some more, it just adds more stuff.
Ooh, purple eggs though? What do they do in the game now?
I'm pretty sure they add purple eggs.
Wait,
Is that a player color?
No.
you played?
Yes, I've played. I'm being just as sophomoric as you are about it.
Whoa,
Come
whoa.
on.
You can't,
Sir.
can't get to that level, Sam. I'm sorry.
Excuse me, soft what?
Yes, you know it.
That is rude, I think.
All right, Pull the Pin Games is the new
bad
name
idea.
for Overworld Games. They're the ones who made Good Cop, Bad Cop.
Okay.
I showed.
Didn't they already rename themselves one time?
Maybe.
Oh, anyway, okay, Pull the Pin Games, yeah.
Yeah, so I showed the box of Sam. We got it in. It's called Good Cop, Bad Cop, and it's now set so that it has that. It's a pin they call it, but it's the thing that you hang on a shelf. You know, the
A hang tag.
a hang tag,
yeah.
and then you pull it out of a sleeve. Essentially, the game, and it's fun.
Cute.
I don't know why they changed the name. Was Overworld like a bad? I mean, I guess they're going for this gimmick of pulling the games out.
Come on, man, really?
Overworld. I never really liked their logo either. It had that. If I'm remembering it correctly, it's that like an 8-bit art
Castle, yeah,
kind
like
of
an 8-bit
castle.
castle,
and
yeah.
it looked dated.
Got it. But this one looks like he's friends with that general from the insurance commercials.
For the best
You know
low
what general
rates you
I'm
can get online, go to the general and save some time.
That's right. That was a good pull, man. That was a good pull.
But doesn't he look like he's friends with that general guy? He's like, hey, I'm here too.
Oh, my goodness.
Anyway, they're published many different games. Now they're going to do what they do best, they say. Make quick approachable games for large groups. They're going to have the $20 price points and support at least 6 players. So, I mean, obviously, their flagship game, Good Cop, Bad Cop.
They were doing that anyway,
Their
though,
next
weren't
game,
they?
well, they did that Haven. Didn't they do that, like, Witch of Salem type game? You played it.
Yeah, which was that?
The next game, though, that's coming under this brand is the Zorro Dice game, but that's going to Kickstarter.
All right.
So it's going to be a while.
Zorro Dice.
I don't know. I saw the packaging. I'm not sold on it. Yes, you can hang it at the store, but then when I get it into my collection,
It's gonna
now
go
I got
on a
this
shelf
stupid
somewhere.
tag on it.
Yeah.
And I guess I can make the joke about pulling the pin maybe twice before it gets old.
I think
No.
I
You
don't
can
think
run
that's
with
thing.
that.
I think you're being very optimistic with that.
You
yeah.
can run with it. No, you can make it every time you play the game.
Alrighty, Sidereal Confluence.
Whoa, what is that?
It's a
That's a new
fantastic
cover.
game, a very specific game for
Reprint.
from WizKids. This is the reprint with actual art.
Now with artwork.
Yeah, well, they
Look
actually.
at that.
That's a cosmic.
Well, that's
mummy.
Quanche Moria. Is that how you say his name?
Concha Moria?
Moria?
I think it's Moria,
Well, you like his artwork. He's in the
I
line of
do, I
games.
do.
And this looks fantastic. This is very much a specific game. It's a big game in which you trade the whole game back and forth. 7 players. If you have everybody, it takes up a huge table. Probably 3-hour game when you play with 7 players. A lot of stuff going on. But they really upped how it looked because it looks like, no frills game currently. You're changing cubes for other cubes.
That's very nice. I mean, that's unfortunate that they had to do this. Again, that's always a little risky, burning the people who supported the game in the first place and made it popular enough that you had the opportunity to reprint. With this kind of upgrade, those people won't be happy. But on the flip side of that, I'm glad that the game's out now and looks
Unless you give
good.
them something on this Kickstarter.
I don't think it's a
maybe.
Kickstarter. It's WizKids.
Oh, really? Okay, well.
It's just going to be out in stores. It's the early adapter thing. That's a whole thing, right? You jump in and get it first, or you jump in later and get it best.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Or if you do something like with phones, you're never going to be happy.
Sure,
about
yeah. As soon as you have it, it's old.
I got a text last night from Melody. You get the new iPhone yet? It's like, no, I don't have money. She's like, oh. I think that was a fish. Who else needs a new iPhone? Nobody.
As soon as you told that, she was like, oh, bye.
Alrighty, let's jump to the war game news. Here we go.
Let's get serious here. Toby, Or... But I forgot. Don't worry, my 2-watt light bulb. This guy's been practicing it for approximately 50 years. You've only been practicing for 1 year, and he still can't get it.
I'm Sid Saxon.
No.
No?
Yes, who is that guy? GMT is probably the best well-known wargame company in the world. And GMT has some great designs. So let's get into this game called Panzer. Isn't that a cool name? Panzer! Huh? It just means tank in German, that's all. Anyways, just to make a comparison with, let's say, Dungeons and Dragons. Now, in Dungeons and Dragons, you have your wizard who's got spells, and he throws the spell of boo-hoo-ha-ha, or the spell of titi-kaka, whatever. Here, our wizard is the tank, and his spells are armor-piercing shells, high-explosive shells, high-explosive armor-piercing shells. That means they go in the tank and blow up in the tank. And just like the wizard stat sheet, these tanks in this game have their own stats. How thick the armor is on the side, in the front, in the back, how big their gun is. And what about leveling up? Yep, we level up here. As time goes on, mechanics get better, tanks are built better, bombs do more damage. Same as in Dungeons and Dragons. Same thing. Yeah, but Dungeons and Dragons is easier. I beg to differ. Yeah, the rules are 78 pages long, but hold on, there's an advanced set of rules and there's a beginner set of rules. The beginner set of rules are 20 pages, that's including the front page. Plus, if you know what line of sight is, you're already skipping chapters, this and this and that. So the only real difference here is preference. What you want to play versus what you want to play. Yeah, but what about those millions of choices in books, scenarios, and monsters that D&D has, huh? Well, thanks for saying that, because as a beginner, that would freak me out. Too many choices. So this 78-page modular rulebook is way easier in terms of remembering things. Like in Dungeons & Dragons, you got a new spell, you learn the new stats. Here, because the rules are modular, you want a new machine gun, well, you go get the stats for the new machine gun, you learn that, and you go on. Well, you seem to make a lot of sense. And by the way, who was that guy at the beginning of the show there, Sid Saxon?
Hi, I am Rainer Knizia, and you are watching... No enemies here. Wargaming News. Yo-hey!
Yeah, he kept emailing me. He said he wanted to be on the show because he's a wargamer. He said he was a game designer. He designed a couple of games. Pfft, I know guys who designed 6 games. Couple of games. If you're mildly interested into wargames, check out GMT Games. You will freak out at the amount of titles they have. We'll continue this conversation next week. Have a good one.
Oh, no one told me that
wanna
Rainer
quiet the
Knizia
TV.
was going to be on this show. We would have said nicer
don't-
things about his game.
I don't think he knew he was going to be on this show.
Anyway, that's how your total game looked great. Was that what it was called? The Pagoda game. It looks fantastic.
Oh,
Yes.
Game of the Year material, easily.
Those pagodas. Woo!
That's your pagoda?
That's a nice pagoda.
That's a nice pagoda.
All right, Sam.
So
what
here
do
we
we
go.
got?
Player stereotypes. The hearing aid. And as you can see up there, wouldn't it be cool if we could like have that? No, it wouldn't.
What is that?
I have no idea. Chris found it. He's good at finding these pictures that go
I
on
want to know
with
what
these
that
names.
guy's doing.
I don't
listening.
know. He's listening, absolutely. That dude is like hardcore listening
That's,
to somebody talk about what they did last night from across the field.
It's subtly.
It's a directional. It's like those things that you see in
Are
movies.
you listening to us?
A mile away. Big old thing. I do that sometimes, man. If I can't hear something, I'm like, what?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you're supposed to do. It
helps.
widens the range of. Anyway, the hearing aid. This is the person that sits at the table as you're instructing them on how to play the game, nodding, listening, even giving the occasional, oh, that's neat, to your game instruction.
Okay.
And then at the end of the game, it's like they weren't listening at all. I didn't realize that that scored like that, even though you went over it 7 million times during that game instruction point. Well, I didn't know you could do that with that card, even though you told them specifically 2 turns ago that that's exactly how you use that card. Why don't people listen when you're teaching them how to play the game?
Okay, I have a question. Does this person, are they actually wearing hearing aids?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
That's,
that's-
just the title.
The difference here, though, actually is hearing and listening.
Yes.
Okay, because as a parent, you deal with this all the time. Blah 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 blah. Mm-hmm. Did you listen to what it said?
Repeat what I just said to me. I have no idea.
And I'm pretty good at
Or
doing
you
that
get,
too.
or you get this. What?
That's the worst.
Ah! That drives me up a wall. Hey, can you go do this for me? What? It's like I hate headphones in my house. I hate it.
Take us a target. Don't look at
Are
me.
you listening to him?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He hates headphones in his house. It sounds like he'd rather have his kids blasting out music than repeat something twice. I mean, they weren't not listening to you. They couldn't listen. There wasn't a...
Wow, that just made me think.
Right.
That whole shout into your kid's room to turn the music down is like a thing of the past.
Well,
Now it's like,
hopefully-
turn it up.
Turn it up?
Turn it up. No. Anyway, I feel like we started derailed here.
I know, I'm sorry.
It's the picture. I blame the picture.
I don't
It's the
know.
picture, yes.
I
It's
think there
Chris's
is a
fault.
distinction between... I don't know. I worry that we're going to be saying, oh, you need to pay attention to what I'm saying. You need to listen. It could be that. It could be someone who's not actively engaging in what's being taught.
It also could
also-
be, sorry,
Go ahead.
maybe you're going to say this,
No,
but
no.
it also could be your teaching style needs to be restructured.
It could be. It could also be
You're
they're
boring
distracted.
people.
They have something important on their mind.
Yeah.
It could also be someone who has a bad time at retaining short-term information.
This could be said about most
You know.
of these stereotypes, though, couldn't it?
Well, sure.
There
the
could
whole
be multiple reasons why these people act this way.
Some things are irrevocably just annoying and bad. Like someone who goes against the spirit of the game just to see what happens. It's like, dude, then don't play.
But even that
It's
could
not
be...
because you got something on your mind and you're like, I'm going to try to break this game.
No, but it could be triggered by something that is going on in your life. Like you want to do something wild and stupid and crazy so that you forget what's going on. I mean, that could happen.
Yeah, maybe, but it's less likely than someone just having a hard time retaining information.
Sure.
I'm much more forgiving of like, oh, yeah, I'll tell you again.
Of course.
Now, again, there is a threshold where it still will annoy you, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I've played with someone that definitely was pushing my buttons with this stuff. It's more about the way you're asking for the information again. I think maybe that's the key to this whole thing.
If you're like being accusatory, well, you didn't tell me
yes,
that.
that's it.
I most certainly did tell
I
you
think
that
that's
many
the
times.
that's the big difference.
Right.
If someone being like, how does that work again? I'll tell you that 100 times.
Yes.
That's fine. It's more about like, whoa, you can't do that with that card.
Yeah.
What? It's that whole thing. Like I told you that. It's the way you're asking for that to be delivered again.
Correct.
All right.
But also, sometimes the teacher may forget important rules,
Of course.
which weren't said the first time.
I do that. I do
What are
that
you talking
a lot.
about? Has that ever happened to you?
You mean, did that happen this past Tuesday? No.
That's right. Good job.
This is
good
that.
job.
It's actually in times like that where some of the other stereotypes that we've talked about, like the sightseeing driver that will sit down and
co-teach. you mean?
co-teach.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works out because you forget something and they're like, "Hey, did you talk about this?" "Oh no, I didn't. Thank you." And then
Sure.
you
Sure. It's
No,
rare.
I
You
like
better
that.
not co-teach by me.
No,
Yeah.
I'm
If you see us playing a rule wrong, that's one thing. But if I say blah, 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 and then the person next to me, and also, I didn't get to that yet, whoosh, shut it.
That's like I have a problem with that when it comes to co-learning, which is I'm trying to teach something, and I'm like, so on your turn, you're going to do one of 3 actions. The first one, you draw a card, and that's your first possible action. They're like, can I draw 2 cards? Like, hold on, let me explain how drawing cards work. So you're going to take one of the cards. Can I draw from the top of the deck? Hold on. I'm getting to it. That's that. which I just experienced. Gosh, where was it? At some event. Same thing. It was like this person was so like they're used to teaching. I think is what it is.
Or they were just really excited.
I think that it came from that whole you teach differently than I teach, and by now I would have taught that. I'm like, stop. Just let me do it. So that one really drives me up the wall.
I'm glad we haven't like deviated from your original point
No,
here.
it's all connected though because it has to do with the relationship between the teacher and the
Communication.
and the people that are listening. Yeah, it's the communication that's involved.
Yeah.
Communication. A lot of people think that it's just one-sided. It's not. There has to be two sides to every communication. You have to have a speaker and a listener in order for communication to happen.
All right,
If
so
you are this kind of person, again, our takeaway here is when you ask for that information again, be mindful of how you're asking for it.
Right.
You know, if you forgot something, or even if you think they really didn't teach it. I mean, they really didn't teach it. That's fine.
How you ask.
You can still be like, so how does this work again? Even if you say again and they never taught it, it's still more polite than be like, you never said that. Take that back. You know?
well, we have a few things here. Someone said,
Yeah.
it's a lot of people agree it's about the attitude, right? And this person says there are a lot of rules to take in that quick. You sound like an elitist that's penalizing someone for learning slowly.
No, that's not. No, again, it's the attitude, and I think that's an important delineation because if the person is going to assume that you didn't teach it because they don't remember it being said, that's an attitude problem. That is not just I'm a slow learner. If you know that you're a slow learner, you need to come into these kinds of situations with that in mind and say, I don't know if you said this or not, but what about this?
Sure.
But someone else mentioned here that this only is annoying, I think, if someone's doing something else on their phone, but if someone's trying and paying attention, it's not their fault. And I agree on that. If the person's deliberately not listening, they're on their phone the whole time during the rules explanation, my tolerance for your not knowing a rule is 0.
There are
You didn't say that? No, you were talking to Susie Q at that point in time.
There are some times where I zone out during rules explanations because I hit that ceiling of I've got too much information. Let's just get to playing and I'll figure out the rest of the stuff.
I call that being Teotihuacan.
Okay, that works. But sometimes it does happen that at the end of the game I'm like, oh, that's how that scores. And it could have very well been explained earlier.
Sure.
But I wasn't listening at that point because I was like, too much. So I get that happens, but it's the attitude, like you were saying, of how you introduce it. Hey, wait a minute, you didn't tell me that, oh, that's how that scored. And all that's, no. That's the wrong way to go about it. You got to come into it, oh, okay, I didn't realize that. I didn't foresee that, or whatever it might be. It's an attitude difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, people agree on that, and then someone wants to know if in the future we'll talk about poor teacher.
Poor teacher.
Yeah, it's a big part of it.
We'll keep that in mind.
Alrighty. Well, there you go. That's Sam's stereotype. I really want to wear that.
I'm gonna have to make you some out of foam.
No, I want it to look like that.
You want the real thing?
I do. I
At
want no
Essen, you got to
cheap imitation.
eBay.
You got to be at the booth at Essen with that thing on.
Oh my word!
That would definitely.
Hello, and welcome back to Retro Board Game Corner. Here I have Popeye, published in 1983 by Parker Brothers. This is a 2 to 4 player game in which you're trying to collect the most hearts that have olive oil drops. Let me set this up and show you how it works. This is what the game board will look like set up. As you're sitting around the table, everybody will decide who's going to be Popeye, Olive, and Brutus. But don't worry, as the game goes on, you'll rotate through all the characters. At the beginning of every turn, the player with the red dice, who's Olive, rolls the dice twice. If she rolls an odd, a heart goes in the odd. Even, heart goes in the even. There can only be one heart on each side. On every subsequent turn, the heart will go down one space, all the way until either Popeye catches it or it disappears in the water. When it's the Popeye's player's turn, he's going to roll a 6-sided dice and move that many spaces along the board. If he moves on a space with a heart, he just takes that heart. If he moves over here where it says take spinach, you flip over the top card. If it's a spinach can, you get to go again. If it's an empty card, nothing happens. Now, when you roll again after you've eaten your spinach, and if you can make it to the Brutus space, you'll knock them back to the start space, and you'll take a heart as a bonus. There's another way to get Brutus to the start space if you hit the bag over here when you're on this space, and if Brutus is somewhere down the row, he will again start in the start space, and again, you can take a bonus heart. Next, it's the Brutus player's turn. He's going to roll the blue 6-sided dice and move that many spaces along the board. The object of the Brutus player is to make it to Popeye's space to knock him back into the water. If he cannot make it there to the Popeye space, you'll look to see what row Popeye is on and flip over that card. If the Sea Hag has a bottle, he will get knocked down to the start space. If she doesn't have a bottle, nothing happens. When the Popeye character gets knocked back to the start space, either by Brutus or by the Sea Hag, the players will switch characters going clockwise, and then a new round begins. The game is over when all the hearts are gone, and then you'll flip over your hearts and tabulate the scores. Highest score wins the game. When my mother didn't let me go to the arcade, which was most of the time, these board games scratched that itch. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The board games based off of 80s arcade games had a very similar look and feel to them. Well, that's all the time I have for now. If you have a comment below, or you can tweet them to me at RetroBoardGamer. And as always, may your rolls be high.
Randy and Ellen, we game together.
It's your turn.
Hello, folks. I'm Ellen.
I am Randy. We are talking War of the Worlds, the new wave,
The new wave.
the new wave.
Just pick away and say
It is a 2-player asymmetric deck building game where you actually, pretty standard deck builder, but you're pulling and buying cards from your own personal deck, even the purchasing cards. So everybody's cards are going to be unique to their side.
Right. I have found after 2.5 plays, because the first play was a disaster.
It felt very, very
It felt
boring.
so boring.
Take it away.
It felt so boring, and you know how in a deck builder you want to like thin your deck out and get it lean and like, you know. So I was like, I'm gonna do that, and I ended up getting rid of trashing all of my cards with coins on them.
A little early.
Thinking I was buying, you know, things that were gonna help me, but ultimately that was my hand then, turn after turn. It was just such a disaster, and I was bored.
Yeah.
I have found that it is so, the strategy lies within when you're trashing cards and for how much, and is it worth it? I mean,
Right.
really, some, like, Clank in Space, you know, you can kind of mess around and just, maybe I'll hold on to this one. This one, you really need to be careful with what you're doing.
Yeah, you start off with a good amount of cards that can buy things for you, but when you trash them, instead of 1 coin you get from just playing it, if you trash the card, you get 2 points. Every card in your hand is trashable on your first starting
So
hand. You're
tempting to
starting
just
10
trash
cards.
everything.
And so when you scrap those is definitely important.
Yeah.
And making sure that you're not just scrapping them for powerful attack abilities, but also
Right.
scrapping them for things that'll get you more coins.
Yep. And yeah, I think the thing I found a little boring about it was I started as the humans, and I found out this is not the only strategy, I'm sure. But as the humans, you really got to just like scatter in the beginning because the aliens are so powerful.
Yeah, they can
right
really
out of the
pick you
gate.
off right pretty close to
Yeah.
kind of edge up. And it seems like the humans actually even almost have a little bit more advantage because they're kind of getting established. They're
Sure,
getting some
sure.
buildings up, defensive and attack buildings.
Right.
And I ended up having a last stand playing the humans and
Yeah.
beat her by like, I don't know, like 2 damage or something.
Did.
It's like
it
a
was
half a
so
round.
close. And after we really started to study the strategies, we're like, okay, I think we got what this game is supposed to be about. So
Yep.
my
Once we
opinion
kind of
went up a little bit.
came into the right mindset, definitely thought it was better.
Yeah, because I was real bored.
Yeah, first go was not great.
It was not good.
We will see you next time.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 10 for 10.
Isn't it a song called Cellophane, Mr. Cellophane or something?
Yeah, Mr.
Mr. Cellophane.
Cellophane should have been my name, 'cause I can shoot you with a rifle.
Mr. Cellophane, yes, take my oxygen.
All right.
That's a different song.
That is a different song.
Hey, wait,
very
there's only
messed
one
up.
dude instead of 3.
There's only one dude. There's also only 2 piles of cards. Did you
What?
notice that? What's going on here? Well, guys, this is a twist on 10 for 10, Cooperative Edition. You, gentlemen, are going to be playing against me. Oh, let's turn these. Yeah, they can face us now. Very well. So each pile of cards here has 5 cards in it, all right? I'm not letting you see the next ones quite yet. Here's how this is going to work. You guys are going to each take some of these cards. At some point, you need to give me one, all right? These are all inventions. And the older the invention, the better, the higher the number, okay?
Got it.
So, again, the oldest thing, and there's quite the spread of time here, by the way. The older the thing, the higher the number is going to be.
Got it.
So you're going to take, this is, again, you don't have to take turns. You guys can both do this together. Don't look them up, okay?
No.
You have to give me one of the top cards. As soon as you remove one, then you get to see the next one. What you are trying to do, gentlemen, is have the difference between your score and your score be lower than the one card you gave me. All right? So you're trying to give me the absolute oldest thing to have the widest margin possible for error. I'll even give you a little bonus at the end. This little mad scientist right here, you can take him at the end of the game, and either you take it yourself or you take it, Sam. He's +2 to whoever takes it. Try to close that gap a little bit. That's it.
Okay, so just to clarify, as we take these cards, I want to give all the older ones to myself or Sam and all the newer ones to the other person.
No, you want them to be even.
Got it.
You want your total to be 14, his total to be 15, ideally. You want to have the absolute closest gap. But you're also giving me ones. You're going to end up with 5 and 4, or 5 and 4, and I'll have 1, and you want mine to be the 10.
Got it.
To give you the absolute biggest gap possible.
Oh, since we can only see 2, that's
You
going to
can
be
only
harder.
see 2.
Trickier.
The only hint I'm giving you is the years go from the 1980s to the 800s, the 9th century.
Oh, well, that helps. That's a pretty good clue, actually.
All right, there's actually quite a large spread.
Because we
here.
know that neither one of those is the oldest one.
Correct.
Because, well, when was the rifle?
I just realized today that I've never seen the word cellophane written down.
Oh, you were looking up if I misspelled it?
That looks like cellophane to me.
Yeah.
So-
That's cellophane. Okay. So, guys.
I was like, that
No, I
does
get
not
it.
look like-
I think, I'll be honest, I think when I wrote it, I was like, cellophane. I think I did that in my head. All right, guys. So, again, you can freely discuss this.
Okay, I see the thing that the rifle is older than we think. I know that, but it's not the 800s.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Talking about China?
All right, the
They
first
came
time,
up with gunpowder first.
but that didn't say
That
they
was
had
a
rifles. They
while
had
ago.
gunpowder. That's different. I know that there was cannons used in the siege of Constantinople, or Byzantine, of the Byzantine Empire.
Istanbul?
Istanbul, yeah, was once
Constantinople?
Constantinople.
Got it.
All right.
Don't
Yeah.
don't
no,
tempt
that's
me,
great.
okay?
That's fantastic, guys. Yeah.
Last time I did that, I got yelled at for not knowing history. And I was like
Nice.
just singing the lyrics. Anyway, doesn't matter.
All right. I'll tell you what. I'll even do one more thing for you, fellas.
Oh, you're helping
As
us
soon
more?
as you give me one, I only ever get one, but as soon as you give it to me, I'll reveal the number on it.
So the oldest one is the 1?
Higher number.
Is the 10.
Yeah, the absolute newest thing is just a 1.
Well,
Got
rifles have definitely been around for a while. They were definitely around as old as the 1300s, 1200s for sure.
True. So cellophane is definitely the newest thing among these two things.
If you know someone's
Yes,
going to end
you're
up.
right.
Well,
That's because it's made of plastic, and plastic's only been around.
Yes,
Some
if
time.
you know, then one of you two is going to end up with cellophane. It doesn't even matter who gets it. Take it, one of you two, and you get to see one more card.
All right, I'll take cellophane.
Okay.
Because I don't care how it's spelled. Oh, CD. I believe that may be the oldest. Let's give that.
So who's taking it before you move it? You can't see the next one yet.
2.
Yeah, you should take it. I know that it's newer than this, but we'll go
Right, because
from
you guys
there.
are trying to, again, you want to have some old, some new. All right, sewing machine and rifle is what you've got at this point, guys.
Sewing machine is 1800s, I believe. It's been a while since I memorized these.
You memorized these?
Yeah, when I was in high school. You had to memorize major invention
Today,
dates.
the sewing machine.
No.
Bring out your...
I don't remember going over the sewing machine in history class.
I agree, man. I don't know what school you went to, but I don't think I was ever specifically told when the sewing machine was invented.
It was clearly
Did you make that jacket yourself?
a better education.
Okay. All right.
But the sewing machine may have been around in the 1700s. That's the thing. I don't know, though. But I think you should take it, Sam, because we can balance it with the CD-ROM for now. Let's just keep taking off that one pile.
All right. Very well.
That seems like a bad idea, but okay.
All right, we know the piano.
Well, you should know the piano. You're the one that plays it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You know exactly the year it was
You
invented.
telling me you know when the sewing machine was made, but not the piano?
No,
You missed that day of school?
When's
What
the last
happened?
time you used a sewing machine?
When did you make that jacket?
The piano was around, obviously, in...
Constantinople.
Wow, I don't know when the piano
They
was made.
invaded with pianos, man.
I'll just take it for now.
You're going to take
Why are
it?
we not taking the rifle?
Because we're holding off on that one, because that's one...
You're also not going to see 4 cards below
That's
A.
what I'm.
Sure, but I'm trying to get like one in there where like, oh, we think that one's the oldest.
Might not be in that pile. That is random. I don't know where they
Sure,
went.
but let's go through the one pile.
Yeah? You piano for you?
Piano for
Yes.
me. I think I should take the pocket calculator because it's close to CD-ROM. Pocket calculator came out.
There's no more cards.
All right, rifle. Who gets the rifle?
Jeez.
The thing is, I know the rifle's old enough that it will at least give us a decent spread.
All right.
Sure.
We could throw it to Z, but I don't think it's the oldest.
I don't think so either.
Do you want to take it?
It's not 1800s old.
Do you want to take it, or do you
I
want
mean,
me to take
800
it
old.
to off? Well, I got the piano. I think you should take it.
All right, Sam, that's yours.
Oh, dude.
Well, that's newish.
That is completely new. It's way newer than this.
It's the rock.
The rods, man. The rods.
Dowsing rods? Is that what?
Yeah.
I guess I'll take it because you got the CD-ROM.
Oh, gee whiz. All right,
All right.
go ahead.
All right, the steamboat was invented by Robert Fuller.
You dropping
I
knowledge.
do believe it was Robert Steam was his name.
No, it was Robert Fuller's team.
Choo.
Because he's full of hot air.
Wait, maybe it wasn't Robert Fuller. You guys are really...
Oh, we messed him up. I don't know why I'm saying we. You guys should be working together.
Well,
Here's the thing, though.
the steamboat is definitely not the oldest one.
I think the rifle is older than the steamboat. It's way older than the steamboat.
All right, how about I take the steamboat?
That closes you out then.
No, you got to take the steamboat, man.
That could possibly close me out because then I have 4. One of us is going to have 5. One of
Well,
us
then I'll
is going
take
to
the
have 4.
5, though. But I got
Okay.
a lighter. How long have lighters been around? I don't even know. All right, how about I take the lighter and we just hope the bottom one there.
know.
Did you set them up or was it random?
It was
Fire's
random.
been around for a long time. So we're going to give him the last card at random.
Yeah.
Which is not bad necessarily.
It's going to be like smart TVs or something like that.
It's not.
It's not. Okay, fine.
Let's do it. Wait, who's taking
Who's
the lighter?
taking it?
I'll
Taking
take
it.
the lighter. Porcelain.
Okay.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
That does
sounds
sound
good.
pretty,
That's actually very good,
pretty
guys.
good. Yeah.
You gave me the absolute
We got
oldest
so
thing. And that was
lucky.
random. That was absolutely
So
random.
lucky.
Okay,
All right, so who do you think has the highest total?
Well, he has.
I'm going to assume rifle's a 9 or it's close because I know rifles are fairly old.
Yeah, me too. I probably.
And I think
have
piano's
the higher
pretty
number.
old.
I think I have the higher number
Let me guess.
because you're going to be. You have.
Yeah, but
a
I
lot
have
of
5
new,
cards though.
But you have a lot of new stuff over
Well, what's
there.
the newest thing? The CD-ROM, you think?
Yeah.
And then after CD-ROM is the pocket calculator, 60s, but I don't think anything else here is 60s. Cellophane's not as old as we think. So these two
Not
are
as new as we think.
old. Cellophane's newer than we think. All right, so these are my 2 newest things. The metal detector, who knows when that came around. These are my oldest 2. I feel like we're pretty close, actually, number-wise. But if we give that to the wrong... Do we have to do that?
You don't have to.
Nobody took it.
No. I mean, now we would do
This
it.
gives +2 to someone. What if we give
This
+2
helps
to
you
someone
close the gap,
and then
but you might mess up.
we make the gap
wider and include his yeah.
This is a pretty good. I mean, you guys can be 9 apart and win.
Yeah, I say we don't give out the +2.
I'm good.
All right, let's see what we got, guys.
5,
Rifle was a 9. Steamboat was a 7. I would have thought that.
16,
6.
19, 21.
The newest. We were right.
21.
Yes.
What do you got, Sam?
I got 15, 22, 23.
Woo!
Very nice, guys.
Wait, if I had taken this, like you had said, we would have got 23 both, in which case we would have won the game so good you would have to retire.
I retire.
And go home.
I throw a smoke bomb. Good night. All right, guys, good job. You did it.
Wow, that made me think a lot there.
That was complete luck, though.
Not complete luck.
No. You guys were
Sure
thinking
was.
it through. You were talking about it. I like it.
Alrighty.
All right, everybody. Thanks for hopefully playing along a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's keep on rolling.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, we are Ryan and Bethany.
From Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
All right, well, today we're going to be talking about Cottage Garden. This is from Uwe Rosenberg and Stronghold Games.
But before we do, let's bridge the gap between health and board games.
All right, so I had a day off today, and as we talk about kind of physical health, there's also the mental health that goes along with that. And I actually had to schedule in the word relax on my list of things to do today because all I had was just tasks I wanted to accomplish, and my mental health is just as important as my physical health. And if I hadn't put that on the list, I probably wouldn't have done it, just burnt myself out even more.
I know he wouldn't have done it. But bouncing off of that, my daughter had decided that my phone needed to go for a bath, so I was without a phone for a couple of days. But the good thing about that was I finally reverted back to my digital alarm clock, which is something I was meaning to do for a long time. I just don't want to be on my device at night when I go to bed. I want to separate that mentally, and I finally was able to do that. But enough about that. Let's talk about Cottage Garden.
This game is a game I picked up on a whim, and I am so glad we did. The spot between turns is just so smooth. It just kind of flows into one another, and it's just a ton of fun.
I love tile laying games, and this is no exception. I really enjoyed it, and I think that if you enjoy tile laying games, I can almost guarantee that you'll enjoy the gameplay of this one.
Yeah, the way that you place these tiles, the way they come out, everything's just kind of a fresh take on the system, and I really enjoy it.
But if you'd like to hear our full thoughts on that, go ahead and check out our full review.
You can go to Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. We are on YouTube and on Facebook.
All right, well, this is Ryan and I'm Bethany, encouraging you to play games, live healthy, and create moments. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Hi folks, my name's Andy and welcome to Portable Gaming, the show about games which are fun to play in pubs and cafes. So, you've crash landed on an alien planet, your ship's destroyed, your crew is scattered, your gear is everywhere, and hope of rescue won't be here for another few more days. Things couldn't get much worse. I mean, it's not like you're being hunted by an alien who's trying to assimilate you into the biosphere. Or are you? You are not alone in this fantastic multiplayer hidden movement one versus many asymmetric game. Could I throw any more buzzwords at you? Seriously though, this game is a lot simpler than it sounds. On the human's turn, they will choose a card from their hand which will have a location on it. They'll play that face down. Once all humans have played, the alien will then play their token to choose where one of them are. If they catch that human, they lose a will cube. The alien moves their tracker up one, getting closer to the win condition, and that player doesn't get to use the ability. Any players who weren't caught get to use the special abilities on those cards, which give them a better chance of survival. The game continues until one of these trackers reaches the centre point, either the humans or the aliens, at which point that player wins. Now there's a lot more going on in this game, and I can't go through it all in 2 minutes, but it is so much fun. It is a really tense, really interesting game of cat and mouse, as well as all of the locations of those special powers. There are ability cards for the alien and the human, where they can play those in to try and completely change the dynamic of the game. The alien has only normally one chance to catch you, but then as the game goes on, they get more, increasing the tension, and it's so much fun. It goes up to 7 players, although I think I've only really played it at 2, but I absolutely adore it too, and I can't see why it wouldn't be even better with higher player counts. In terms of portability, I've sleeved it. It's on a mat now, but all you really need is space to put 10 cards on the table and a few decks for people to draw from, and that's really it. It's got an expansion, which gives you even more locations and more abilities to play with, which I'm really excited to try on. And I honestly love it. I think it's really good. I love hidden movement, and this is a fantastic small-sized box example. So that's Not Alone. I highly recommend it. Anyway, thank you very much, folks. I've been Andy, and it's your round.
Howdy folks, I'm Hunter Thomason from the Family Showdown. This week's we're continuing my Through the Years series. We look at the top game on Board Game Geek by year, starting with 1970. This week, 1981. Look at the top 5. We see the number 1 game for 1981, which may have one of the longest names in board gaming. Sherlock Holmes, Consulting Detective, The Thames Murders, and Other Cases, coming in at number 69.
69, dudes!
Sherlock Holmes, and yes, I'm shortening the name down. And Sherlock Holmes, which won the 1985 Spiel des Jahres Award, which it came out in 1981, but won the award in 1985. Well, it was published many, many times. It's still being published. It's been published by 17 different publishers. But where was I? Oh, yes. Sherlock Holmes is an open structure game where you don't really have a lot of direction. You just say, go out and solve this case. You look at newspaper articles and directories and maps and all sorts of storybooks to figure out the case. You're trying to solve the case more efficiently than Sherlock Holmes did. Take a look at the ratings. Over 14,000 of them. It has been around a long time and it's a very popular game. We see lots of 8s, lots of 10s and 9s for an overall rating of 7.8. Taking a look at the weight, it comes in at 2.7, and that all comes from the overall challenge of this game, because there's not a lot of structure, there's not a lot of rules to this game. In fact, looking at something that was written over on Board Game Geek, in the description of the game, it says, this is not a board game, no dice, no luck, but a challenge to your mental abilities. So if you're looking for not a board game, this might be the not a board game for you.
Put it in my mouth. All right, what's the country?
What's the country?
Well, we're narrowing it down. Like we're slowly cutting out countries. We did I guess or area, because we had Hawaii and that's not a country.
How about?
Wouldn't it be funny if it was Iceland?
Ooh, that would be great.
That's
I'm gonna
my
say
guess.
Greenland. Is there food there?
Unemployed in Greenland?
Now, what about? Let's pick a place, man.
Oh, actually,
Give us a hint.
I'll give you a clue.
Europe.
This is a prequel.
Europe. Germany.
Pangea.
Germany.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. This is a prep for Essen, man.
Got it.
It's gonna be some good stuff.
I got some stickers. All right. There better be a pretzel in here.
Wow, pretzel.
All right.
The spiral potato.
Why a pretzel, cousin? Why not a?
All right. So first we have Erdmann Laken puff corn snack with real. They're made with real peanuts. It says these are seriously addictive.
Isn't this Erdnuss?
Okay.
Rocken?
I don't know.
I think.
I'll let Sam read them.
And, yeah.
Read them all, Sam.
That's potato chips with bell pepper flavoring.
Chips frisch. Ungarisch.
Nice.
Those are good. See, we already know this is good because of that right there.
Nice.
I've never seen these before.
Haribo sour.
Oh wow, what is
It
this?
says these
Sour
colorful
Haribo
fruit-flavored bites made from rice and corn are sweet with just a hint of sour in each bite. It looks like a breakfast cereal for dolls.
That looks like dried out Dippin' Dots.
All right.
I like both of those descriptions.
This is called Knick Knacks, but Pac-Man's on it for some reason.
Knick Knack.
Crunchy peanuts that are coated in a zesty barbecue flavor.
These are barbecue flavored?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Oh, okay. It's that deal. Got it.
It's got a little peanut inside.
It does look like Pac-Man.
All right, this is a delicious combination of sweet vanilla and chocolate cake mixed in a marble pattern, also known as marble cake.
Marmorkuchen.
Marmorkuchen.
Knoppers, hazelnut wafer cookies.
All right, I like it.
Oh, corny big. These were in Iceland.
We just had these. Yeah. Corny big.
I really like these a lot.
Man, you so corny big.
And Kinder Bueno. Wait, is that?
Say what?
This from Germany?
Yeah, it's from Germany, man. Bueno in German means
not good.
All right.
I gotta say, none of this looks. And then there's some more
times two. This is like the German Twix.
I gotta say, none of this looks bad. Like scary
Of course
to
it
eat.
doesn't, man. It's from Germany.
I still
Germans
think
know
I
snacks.
still think that they cater these to not be super weird.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Okay, what are we trying, guys?
I want to try that. This is my most intrigued.
I'm going
thing.
to try this one here. I'm trying knickknacks, y'all.
Knick-knack, paddywhack, give it
Someone
all
said
a
these are
ball.
dried out Dippin' Dots.
Is that what you said?
Pretty much what I said.
Did you?
Yep,
Well, maybe they're repeating you.
they are. That's all right, though.
Okay,
Is it?
let's see. We got to do this at the same time, yeah? Okay. Now, guys, lean into that crunch, okay? All right, Sam, come on now.
You moved your hand, dude.
Here we go, guys.
This is
Shoot it.
This is tricks.
Go.
Ready, set, go. Ha! Not good. I don't like this taste. You're gonna love it. You're gonna say it's okay.
It's like fluffy candy.
Yeah, I really like these.
Yeah,
Yeah, those are good.
They say a
Go
hint of
around it.
sour. There's more sour there than they said.
Yeah, that's not a hint. That's a lot of sour.
Well,
Those are
But
good.
it does
I want
taste
to put
like
that in a bowl of milk.
it's like sour Twix. That's exactly what it tastes like
Trix.
to me. Yes,
Not
Trix.
Twix. Ew.
Trix. Yes, I'm sorry.
Sour Twix.
I got it stuck on Twix. I'm
right.
doing the Twix, man.
All right, dude.
I am
Oh,
stuck
wait, we're doing a bell pepper
on
chip?
Twixy Twix because Twix is stuck on
Don't
me.
eat that yet?
All right, but I opened it.
Too bad.
Oh, these are the potato chips?
Yeah, but
They smell
They're
like
bell pepper flavored.
Trix.
they don't smell like bell pepper.
Well, I would be really surprised if
What's
they did.
bell pepper smell?
They smell like barbecue chips.
It usually smells like fresh, washed. Peppers don't have a strong smell. Not bell peppers. All
Here we go, guys. Like fresh linen. All
right, go ahead.
What pepper smell like. Do it. Yep, those are potato chips.
They're barbecue potato chips. They're good. Don't get me wrong.
These
But
are
they're-
possibly, though, the most adequate potato chips I've ever tasted. Delicious.
Yeah, I don't know where they're getting that bell pepper coming from. They're not like strong barbecue. It's like it tastes like a weak barbecue potato chip.
Exactly. It's like
Well,
Winn-Dixie brand.
They
saying
say
bell
seriously
pepper-
addictive. So if we eat one and then
What,
you're like,
these?
We should do that last then if we're going to stop eating
This
anything
says
else.
seriously addictive?
that's what it said in the book.
Seriously addictive. All right, so we're gonna like punch each other in the mouth. Get
Give me
that
the
these-
rest of it, man.
Hey man, you got more of those peanut snacks?
That's so messed up. All right.
Why are we? You guys are eating way too many of these. I want to.
What? You
Take
gotta
a few.
taste it. You
Oh,
gotta.
I feel like we've had these. These smell familiar.
They smell like peanut butter. These smell more like peanut butter than the
Then
ones
we
that
They
we
have a
had.
peanut butter allergy.
That's fine. Ow!
Oh my goodness, where are they? I'm sorry I closed your computer. I killed everyone in this room for some peanuts.
That was not good. That's gross.
Wow.
I put too much of those in my mouth.
It turns from like a fluffy snack into peanut butter.
That's why I'm trying
It's
to
like
wash
just a
some of
new
it
way
out.
to deliver peanut butter that doesn't look like a paste.
I don't dislike it. It was okay.
It's peanut butter. You like eat it. It's like eating a fluffy, you know,
All right, Sam, you
snack,
gotta-
but
you
then
gotta-
it turns into peanut butter in your mouth.
You got to try this one because because
you're big
Do we
corn.
have those yet?
We haven't done this yet.
Come on, man. Oh, I
What do you
gotta
mean we
wait.
haven't done that? They're in your mouth already.
No, I'm still trying to get that stuff out of my mouth.
Wait, are these barbecue also?
Yeah.
But it's really barbecue.
I want more than
There's a
just one.
peanut in these.
I want more
You get
than
one.
Wait, these are peanuts?
There are
There
peanuts,
are peanuts
in there,
in
yeah.
the middle, yeah.
So be mindful of it.
Basically, if you have a peanut allergy, do not go to Germany.
All right.
Here we go, guys. You don't like them?
I don't dislike that, but I don't know that that crunch around the peanut. I'm not a big fan
I don't
of.
mind the crunch around the peanut. I don't mind. That's how it tastes. It's not barbecue. That's something that's like
German barbecue.
it's barbecue that's gone south.
Barbecuing.
That's barbecue's gone south.
All right, Sam, you gotta try the corny.
Mm.
Because we've already had the corny. I know what
All
that
right.
tastes like. This is.
And while you do that, I'll get addicted to this.
This looks like it's 2 parts. Nope, there's not 2 parts. Oh, this is like gooey.
Well.
Similar to a granola bar.
No, it's very much similar to a granola bar, yeah, but that chocolate tastes weird.
I don't know.
We should have probably told them that you kept this box outside for like 3 months.
No. This is from the wafer.
This definitely has weird tasting chocolate on it.
I like it. This is the Knoppers.
If you don't like it, you get a free joke out of it. Knoppers?
Maybe it's the coffee that's messing with my palate, but this stuff tastes weird. Oh,
Oh,
I like
coffee
that.
in that? You're supposed to bring water on snack talk days.
Nah.
I really like that.
You did?
Yeah. The hazelnut.
All right, Sam
Little
really,
vanilla.
Z really likes Knoppers. This is in case someone drops them off at the Essen booth. We gotta be careful though. What was the one year we said we liked?
Oh, Iron
Brew.
Iron Brew, yeah.
And then we got
UKG.
gallons of it.
Yeah.
And then we said we liked those.
That's good.
Those waffles, the
Stroop waffles.
Stroop waffles, and we got tons of those. Although, not.
Sam loves Big Corny, folks.
No, I don't. That
Load him down.
It tasted weird.
Did you like the thing we just ate?
Yeah, that was good.
That is really
but
good.
See that it's even kind of discolored too. It might not be good.
Let's get that bueno.
See if it tastes the same. Yeah. Does it taste the same as what you tasted in Iceland?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's just weird tasting chocolate.
I just like this combo. I don't know what it is. Big Corny is good.
The banana one I thought was even
Wow,
better.
there
actually.
are 2 wrappers.
That's when you know it's expensive.
The flavor would escape a single wrapper.
The 2-wrapper delivery system keeps the chocolate fresh.
Oh, but it's broken in 3 pieces. How convenient.
4.
4.
That's how you know it's quality.
Math is important.
Well, you had one covering with your big thumb.
How many pieces are there? Come on. Come on, creature. Okay. Here you go. Oh. I've broken it. Okay, here we go, Tom. Do it.
Wow, it's really airy.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah, I applaud that. Alrighty, well, we know the Haribo stuff's good. We eat that off air. We're going to continue to look at these, but let's go to some more contributors.
What are those peanuts?
Hey there, everyone. I'm Jen, the board game librarian, and on today's From the Page to the Table, I'm joined with a special guest, and I'm joined by...
Hi, I'm Chris O'Neill from Brotherwise Games.
Wonderful. Let's talk Call to Adventure.
Yeah, okay. So the neat thing about Call to Adventure is that each of the expansions is set in the world of a famous fantasy author. So the first expansion is Name of the Wind, Patrick Rothfuss. This is a shuffle-in expansion. You have to have the base game to play this one.
Okay.
If you're familiar with Rothfuss's books, they're very character-driven, all about the development of both the hero over the course of the story, the trials, the tragedy. So that was actually the books that inspired the base game. So we went to Patrick and we said, look, your books inspired this game. Let's do an expansion. And we did. So in this one, you pull some of the cards out of the base game, cards that don't fit, like dragons or wizards, things like that. And you put in the cards that do fit. So we've got some of the examples here. If you're familiar with the Name of the Wind at all, there's the Prodigy Destiny. That's Dinah. The Namer Destiny, Master Eladin. The University Master. There's Troopers, there's Traders, new origins, new motivations, all new cards. Instead of facing, say, the evil crime lord, now one of the enemies is the Chandrian, the Cathay. So it just immerses you in that world. We spent months working with Patrick and his people on the art, so that we wanted to get just one of the defining representations of his books in terms of the art. It's gorgeous.
So 1 to 4 players on the expansion.
Yep.
Not going to add any more time? Add a little more time?
No, this one it plays exactly exactly the same length of time as the other one.
Okay, and price point, I'm thinking?
This is, I think, what, $20? Yeah, $20 just to get the expansion. Adds in over 80 new cards, I think.
That's awesome. Thank you for joining me today, and Chris.
Thank you.
Looking forward to it, and we'll see you next time.
Hey guys, it's Mental Health Minute here, and I would like to talk about music. Specifically, music while playing board games. Now, I ran into this particular situation not too long ago, where people wanted to play music during the game. Just playing, and I love music, I'm a musician myself, but at the same time I was very turned off by it. It wasn't, I didn't enjoy it. Regardless of what the music was, that didn't matter. It was more the fact that they were playing music while we were supposed to be doing something else. And I struggled because music is often a coping skill for people. A coping skill meaning something they can do to make themselves feel a little bit better from their indiscretions. So I was struggling between, do I say, hey, yeah, you can listen to the music, it's cool if it helps you, or B, how about we just don't do that right now because we're doing something else? And that was a struggle for me. A good idea I was given was maybe have the music turned down at a low pitch, to see if that wouldn't bother somebody as much. And another one was have them put an AirPod in and just have that in their ear and listening at the same time. Now, when I thought about that, I thought about, I'm using somebody's needs for themselves and helping them adjust it to the game. But at the same time, will that person be as engaged if they're listening to music and they're like, oh yeah, sure, this, and then listening? I don't know. It mostly depends on the person and the attitude that they can do and the style in which they can do it. Has this ever come up for you? I know music has been a conversation in the past, but is it really an issue? Has it become something that was unmanageable? Because music can be a great atmosphere. Sometimes you want to put classical in the background or jazz or something light just so everybody can be around it and be able to interact. Is that something that you could do? Is that something you think people would enjoy? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, enjoy your breakfast.
During our last episode, we started our countdown to Halloween with our top 5 spooky games. And so today we are going to introduce number 4 to you, which is Betrayal at House on the Hill. That's right, Betrayal at House on the Hill.
Just like any game, you start off by picking a character.
And you'll start out by moving based on your speed. If you get to the edge of a room, you can build onto that room by drawing a tile and placing it next to the room that you stopped in.
As you venture deeper into this mysterious house, you may encounter things like events, items, or even omens.
And these omen cards are very, very special in this game because once you draw them, not only do you do what's on the card, but you also have to follow that up with a haunt roll. Now, a haunt roll involves the player rolling 6 of these die, and if they roll a number that combined is less than the number of omen cards that have been drawn up to that point in the game, that's when the haunt begins.
When the haunt begins, that's when the entire game pivots and you bring these 2 books into play. Depending on the room that you're in and the omen card that was just drawn, there are a number of different scenarios that you will encounter.
And somebody's going to become a traitor. That person will leave the room, read the scenario, while the remaining players read their scenario, and normally the traitor's going to do something horrible when he gets back, like, try to kill everybody or something like that. Some of the scenarios are definitely better than others, but with just a little bit of imagination, this is a really fun game. Also, it plays up to 6 people, so it's a great game for game night.
So this has been our number 4 pick for spooky Halloween games. See you next week when we show you our number 3 pick.
Have a great breakfast.
And that's it for another live board game breakfast. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. We'll be back in a few hours at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to do our top 10 abstract games. So we're just going to get off the air, and we'll see you then. Until then, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
And I'm Sam Healy, and I'll still be Sam Healy after then.
Maybe.
Thanks for watching Board Game Breakfast. Tune in each week for your daily dose of gaming goodness with Tom Vassell and all the gang. Until next time, I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching Board Game Breakfast, a Dice Tower production, sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., an amazing place to buy board games. Cool stuff in stock at coolstuffinc.com.